98FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy. Weekdays from 10 a.m. on 98FM.
Parents who take their children on holidays during the school term are being questioned by police in airports in Germany. Yeah, the police. According to the news today, they're being asked to provide proof that they have permission from the school to take the children away. School authorities have given police instructions to carry out checks for school-aged children who are travelling during term time. Now, around 20 families were caught out after being removed from queues at airports and questioned on suspicion of keeping their children away from school in order to take cheaper holidays. And we're asking, is this a step too far, or have the Germans got it right? Now, our Jeremy tells us that he was away in Spain last week and says that in his hotel it was full of families, Irish families, during school term. And our question is, are these parents wrong to be taking their children out of school just to get a cheap holiday and possibly affecting their education? Should parents be questioned and even stopped from bringing their kids away during school term? I would love to hear from you on this on 6797 981. Text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98. Sorry, don't WhatsApp. Our WhatsApp service is temporarily unavailable. So just text us on 0877 98 98 98. Now, Trish, as it happens, you live in Germany, and this is something that they are getting stricter about.
Yeah, I mean, since we've been here, it's always been made quite clear in the schools that we basically don't take the children out during term time unless there's a genuine reason. But it's stated also clearly in the rule book that I think in the primary school, which is 4 years, from first to fourth class, you're allowed to do it once. But by doing that once, you have to, like, for example, I think I mentioned in my text 2 years ago when my best friend was getting married, in the primary school, you fill out like an official form and you basically register for the 2 days holidays, and it's approved by the principal. So she then gave me an A4 page, which was stamped with my son's name, with the principal's name and approval. If they said to me to bring it because it's always a possibility that at the airport we can be asked questions if it's term time. But the more extreme case, I suppose, I think what people in Ireland got a laugh about was in the secondary school, where my two older kids are, I did the same procedure. I sent a letter to the class teacher first, and then it's transferred to the principal. So we had to fill out a form and give the reason why that we wanted the extra 2 days holidays. And because it was a wedding, I had to send the invite with my daughter. She had to bring it in so that they could look at the invite and match up the dates.
Wow.
And then
okay,
it was approved.
Do you support this this strictness on taking kids out of school during term?
Yeah, I suppose I do. At the end of the day, it's the rules. And if I choose to live here, I have to follow the rules. It's as simple as that. And nobody wants hassle. It's just easier to go with the flow.
And do you think we should have rules like that here in Ireland? Because it's fairly lax here. I mean, in theory...
it is, by comparison, yeah.
Yeah, your children, if they miss more than 21 days in school during a school year, you can be in a bit of trouble. But, you know, geez, that's a 4-week holiday. It is a lot more lax here. Do you think we should be a bit stricter here?
I'll probably get shocked for saying this, but yeah, of course, of course I do. I mean, here it is. I mean, they are. Yeah, I think they should, because it's not really fair. Yeah, I don't know. I do think it's not a big problem for me. We just work around it. It's just, as you said there as well, it was just on this case it was a wedding, but otherwise they get 6 weeks summer holidays. We just plan it. We either can afford to go to Ireland or on holidays, or we can't. If we can't, we don't go. Last year we moved apartments. We didn't go on holidays. Simple. This year we'll be over. It's just. But with regards to school, you're just living on the side of the school. That's my opinion. I don't like I don't want my children to have hassle because of it. And also another fact here is the very last day of school term, twice a year. So in January, and then always the last day when they would get their summer holidays, they get a report, an official school report, and they can only be presented to them on this day. So it's quite obvious, and there's a lot. I think what's probably not been highlighted and what I physically see myself here with my kids' classes, there are a lot of people that do that, and they go on holidays in the last week of school, and they come back after the summer holidays with a doctor's cert to say, oh, my child was sick. And the schools, they have no comeback then. You know, they cannot say, oh, your child wasn't sick. So that's a huge problem here. And I think, it's...
Okay, so you actually agree with the tougher stance that they take in Germany. I'd love to hear from you on this on 6797 981. You can text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98. 0877 98 98 98. Would you agree with the government getting tougher on parents taking their children out of school during school term? Now, strictly speaking, you're probably not supposed to do it, but I've never heard of anybody ever being questioned about it ever. Cian, you're on 98FM. How are you, Cian?
Not so bad, Adrian, and yourself?
Now, Cian, you had a story about your sister coming home from Germany recently for a funeral.
No, basically, my mum passed away there about 5 weeks ago, and my sister was returning back to Germany with her husband and two girls. They would be 14 and 17, and when they got to Germany, going through passport control, the police pulled each one of them to one side and asked them why they were out of school, and gave them a bit of a, grilling, and then they asked my sister, their mum, and their father why, the same thing, why they were out of school.
Wow.
And she sent us a text back to say that the police in Germany had pulled the two girls to one side. I actually laughed and thought she was messing, and I rang her and she said, no, Keane, she said, I'm actually serious. She said, they actually asked us why the girls were out of school, and I couldn't believe it. I thought it was funny at the time, but I suppose, I think...
And now you hear us discussing it today and realise this actually is a thing.
Yeah, I didn't, because I thought my sister was messing at the time. I didn't think it was true, but yeah, it's true,
And what do you think of it? Now, I don't know about questioning people in airports and whatever, but...
I have two kids, 8 and 10 years of age, and I've often taken them out of school to go on a holiday earlier than summer holidays. But if they were at the age where they were doing exams or anything important in school, I wouldn't take them out.
Okay, so when it comes to maybe secondary school in third year or sixth year or whatever, correct. You wouldn't take them out early?
No, I wouldn't take them out miscellaneous, but when they're young, we've often done it.
Now, a lot of people argue they're my children. I will do with them what I want. I will take them where I want, whether it's school term or not. What do you say to that?
Listen, I suppose it's hard to comment on somebody else's case, but me personally, I don't like taking the kids out of school whenever, as much as possible, especially when they're older and doing exams, as I said. But I suppose everybody has their own choice, Adrian, and there's nothing anyone can do about it.
You were saying, well, there is if you're to bring in laws like they have in Germany.
Yeah, well, that's
where,
as well. Yeah.
By the sounds of it, they're a lot stricter. I mean, like you said, your sister was questioned, and her kids were questioned coming home from a funeral here in Ireland because they looked like they were school-going age.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
And I assume they all answered the same answer to the question that they were at home in Ireland for a funeral.
Correct.
Which was a fairly easy one to answer, yeah.
Yes, it was a fairly easy answer, but it was a new. I've never heard of it before, and then when I heard it this morning on the talk show, I said, "Oh God, it must be true." Obviously, because you were talking about it then. That's all.
All right, stay there for 1 second, Cian. 6797 981 is our telephone number. You can text 0877 98 98 98. Text 0877 98 98 98. And just to save your time and our time and everyone's time, due to circumstances beyond our control, as they say in the finest technical circles, our WhatsApp service is out of commission for a day or two. So please don't send your message by WhatsApp, just by text message to 0877 98 98 98. Now, for most of you, you're on a package with your phone that all your texts are included anyway, so it won't cost your washer. Text 0877 98 98 98. Do you agree with what they do in Germany, where they have a quite severe clampdown on parents taking their children out of school during school term? Kevin, you're on 98FM. How are you, Kevin?
Hey, Adrian, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Kevin. How are you?
Good. You caught me on the bus, so go on.
You think this is way over the top?
No, not for Ireland, it would be. Yeah.
Why?
Look,
why for
Germany,
Ireland?
Look, Germany. Look, we all know Germany's work ethic across the globe, across everything they do. It's 100% or it's nothing at all. Like, we haven't got enough schools, never mind paying teachers properly. So that's never going to happen. Typical Irish, like, kind of, sure, it'll be grand.
I know, but is it right to be taking children out of school during school term just because you're getting a cheaper holiday?
Well, what damage is a couple of weeks going to do? Like, it's 10 working days, 10 school days.
It depends on how often you do it. I mean,
Look, if you talk about children who are in primary school, I don't see the issue. It's not going to affect their education later on, okay? If you're talking about someone's leaving cert, yeah, but I think any normal parent will realise that they're not going to take their kid out of school for a cheap holiday on a leaving cert year or an in-cert year, or whatever it's called nowadays. Like, parents are like have common sense.
Okay, but you heard what I meant. You might have heard what I said earlier on, that last week Jeremy was in Spain on holidays. Now, his young fella isn't of school-going age yet, but he says when he was there, the hotel was full of families, and this is during school term.
Okay, right. Well, what's to stop the teachers providing the parents with what they've missed when they come back, and get the parents to help them to catch up?
Because should they have to? Realistically, should they have to, just so that parents can go on a cheaper holiday? Let's be honest, July and August are the dearest months of the year to go on holiday. March, April, May are probably an awful lot cheaper.
Of course they are, yeah.
So
but the thing is, if you're preparing work for 30 kids, why not prepare for 31? All the teacher has to do is keep a copy of it, one copy, for a 10-day period. Hand it to the parents and say, now it's your responsibility to inform your child of this. I'm wiping my hands from it. What's the problem?
So you believe it is none of anybody's business if a parent chooses to take their own children out of school during the school term. It's none of anybody's business.
Look, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if it's an important year, I don't agree with this. But if it's not an important year, and it's a 10-day period, I don't see what the detriment will be to the child. And if the teacher's passing on the book to the parents, it's their responsibility when they come back. I don't see the issue.
All right, stay there for
we
one
don't even have enough skills, Jeremy, or Adrian.
We kind of do. 6797 981 is our telephone number. Text us on 0877 98 98 98. Danielle, you're on 98 FM. How are you, Danielle?
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks, Danielle. Now, you take your children out of school all the time to go on holidays, it says on my screen here.
I do take my kids out of school. I think different skills when they're taken when they go on a family holiday, and you do things with them and they see different countries. And the thing about it is that they already have something in place that if they miss X amount of days, you're warned, and then if it goes another week after that, you're in trouble. And they take it up with, I don't know, Board of Education or something. I don't know, because it hasn't happened to me. But if you're taking them off for a week, that's 5 days of school. We missed 4 or 5 days in our school because we were down in Kildare and the snow was really bad. We didn't have to make them up. We missed, but today they're off for the referendum. We don't have to make that up. Teacher meetings, teacher training, we don't have to make them up. So why do we have to?
Yes, but the difference is, in those examples that you've given, they are... all of the children are off. All of them, not just yours.
But nobody has to make it up, though. I take a small amount of homework away with me because kids at their age, they're awake early. We get it done. We do about 15 minutes in the morning, and then we've the whole day free. And at the end of the day, 5 days out of the year, they don't go into school if they're very sick, obviously, if they're raging a temperature. But if they're a little bit unwell, where they're not contagious, they go into school, and if by the day changes, they get sent home, so be it. So they don't miss school for no reason. I think the max they've missed is 5 or 6 days in a year, and that's because one sick holiday and the 5 holiday days that I take them out, and they're my kids at the end of the day, and I understand that.
So in an average year, how many days would they miss because you take them on a holiday off season?
5.
5?
That's a week, yeah.
Okay, 5 days.
Monday to Friday.
Okay, 5, but you do it every year. What time of the year do you go away?
September, October.
September, October. So they're only back to school and you're taking them out of school again?
Yeah.
Why don't you take them away during the summer?
Well, one, it's first. Definitely it would be the money. I don't see why any parents, not just me, but any parents or people who don't have kids, they're also penalised in the summer because other people's kids are off. You know, so even a couple going away with no kids are penalised because the prices are hiked. Do you know what I mean? It's not just families.
Yes, I agree with you. It is a much more expensive time of the year, but that's because much more the weather is better and more people are on holiday or off holiday. Are off work and everything else.
I don't think that my 7-year-old or 6-year-old would hack the heat of July and August. Do you know what I mean? I think that's far too hot for them. They burn and bring them. That's my opinion. Other people's kids are great in the sun, and they don't have that with their skin. But mine born in Ireland on a good day like today, so why would I bring them in the hottest months as well if you take the money side out of it, you know?
All right, stay there for 1 second. Mick, you've a very strong opinion on parents who take their children out of school on holidays because it's cheaper. What's your opinion on this?
Well, I call them failure as parents. Like, at the end of the day, it's no excuse that it's more expensive during the summer months.
Sadly, it is an excuse because it is dramatically more expensive, Mick, to go on a holiday in July and August than it is in April or October.
Well, I'm going away this year, and you know how I'm going away during the summer months? Because I saved for an extra year.
Yeah, and that's...
So my children's schooling would not suffer. Like, these parents are absolute failures. These are the sort of people that would allow their children to take time off during even pivotal exams that they're going to sit through during secondary school. No, it's not on. And, like, at the end of the day, they should be reported, and the guards or the Board of Education or something should...
Okay, so in Germany, they're getting so strict about this that they have the authorities questioning parents in airports saying, where are those kids going? Why aren't they in school? Do you think that's right?
I think that would be gold standard here. Because at the end of the day, like, you're talking about taking kids out of school.
Okay, Danielle has said that she takes her kids on a holiday in October, 5 days. What is the big deal? It's not really that big a deal, is it?
Wow, so they're only gone back after 2 months off to get another week off?
But the thing about it is, they're only going back after 2 months off, but they're getting another week off. Sure, they have a week off at the end of October anyway.
But you're not taking them away. But hang on, Danielle, you're probably not taking them away for that midterm week, are you?
No, I'm not. But at the end of the day, my kids, I do their homework with them on holidays. They don't fall behind.
Oh, did you hear this?
You can say all you want. They're my kids.
Come on, you're telling. Hang on, sorry, no, hold on. You're telling me you bring your kids away on a holiday and you make them do homework? Are you serious?
Yes, they do homework in the morning.
What's the point?
Mine are only 6 and 7. They do their homework because they're learning to read and write. They do their homework for 15, 20 minutes because they get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. And I'm not being funny. We don't leave the apartment at 7 o'clock in the morning. They have their breakfast. They do their 15, 20 minutes of the reading and writing so they don't fall behind, and maths as well. And then they go on they have their full day to do whatever they want. Because I'm not making...
Well, I don't know what you got your school of, but my children's school, their weekly thing can change every week from readers to maths homework.
Well, I give the
so if you're telling me that you can predict what the teachers might give them while you're away, so you can actually do it, the kids that are going to suffer are the ones that are your kids and the ones that have to play catch up. Your kids have to play catch up to the other kids, and it's going to slow down the teachers in the classroom.
Well, my kids don't have to play, and there I would say next Friday that they were going, just say for an example, I would email the teacher on the Monday saying, the kids won't be in school for a week, can you let me know what the homework, they get their homework, my youngest gets the homework a week in advance and his gets done on a daily basis, so therefore all that teacher has to do is mark the pages for me and I know exactly what needs to be done.
Okay, so how old are your kids at this moment?
6 and 7.
6 and 7. Okay, so they're young enough. Okay, so let's imagine in 7 years' time when they're 13 and 14. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you still take them away in October?
In junior cert and leaving cert years, I wouldn't. They're very important, and a week can make a massive difference. Even if I am doing homework, I'm away with them. But I think, I'm not. School is not very important, but I also think showing them more than the 9 to 5 of having to have your maths and there's entrepreneurs that never went and done leaving cert and then came, do you know what I mean? It's so important to have, but it's not the only thing you're going to have in life. There is other things to have and experience. And yes, it
So
comes
save
first.
money for an extra few months and then do it with them.
That's my opinion, and that's what I do. And I feel like at the end of the day, I don't think anybody should be able to tell. Like, if you want to keep your kids in and never take holiday, I wouldn't dish you over that, and I wouldn't say.
Hold on. I take holidays every 2 years. Every 2 years. You know how I do that? Because I save for an extra year to bring my children away in the peak time, so their school work doesn't suffer.
And you believe that that's what every parent should be doing. They should not be bringing their children on holidays during school term, regardless of how young they are, Mick.
It's nothing got to do with what the parents should be doing, Adrian. It's what the Board of Education or
so the law should get
impose on people.
Okay, the law should get as strict as it is in Germany, where people are being questioned in airports.
No, I'd even say refuse passports to children under certain ages.
See, this is what's wrong, though, with the whole country, in fairness.
Sorry, Mick, that's a ridiculous idea. You know, people are entitled to take their children away.
Well, then why not give it to them while they're on summer holidays, Adrian?
Oh, so you get a passport that's only valid from, July to August?
Yeah, why not? Well, how's that going to suffer anybody? Would that really hurt anybody? All these lazy parents out there could save an extra few bloody months so their kids don't suffer and the other kids in the class don't suffer and the teacher doesn't have to play catch up with two different groups.
It's about
it obviously is just about money.
It's not. It's about the weather. My kids are 6 and 7. They've got.
Oh, for God's sake! Sunscreen works wonders, doesn't it?
They're still born. I born when I was 8 with factor 50
Put a hat on them.
Time. A hat is not going to protect their legs and arms when they're in a swimming suit. And do you know what I mean? But the thing about it is, it's not just about, and this is what's wrong with the country. We feel like we have the right to tell everybody what to do. If they're great,
no, you know what's wrong with the country? Lazy parents.
Okay, Danielle.
Have the excuse.
Danielle, the Germans have become very strict about this.
And I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen your post there.
So why should we not do the same thing?
My opinion, it's like, it's about today, about anything else that's coming up in referendums and this, that and the other. It's your choice. If your child is suffering and they've missed I think is it 51 days or something, step in, say, hey, hold on a second. They're missing a vast majority of school. Of course they're going to suffer. Do you know, that kind of way? Then step in. But at the end of the day, they're my kids. I had them. They're my children.
And you'll do it. Okay, well, do me a favour, Danielle. Stay there for 1 second. Rebecca, you're a school teacher.
Hi, yes, I am. I'm a primary school teacher at the moment.
And what is your opinion?
It's a complicated opinion in a sense. So in one sense, I think it's up to the parents' discretion in a sense and they need to kind of use their sense. If your child, for example, is struggling as is in school, if they're finding whatever part of the curriculum difficult and they need time in school, I definitely notice children who are struggling, missing time off school, definitely, it is not helpful to their education. But on the other hand, they learn so much from being abroad. It's a new culture, new experiences.
Yeah, but Rebecca, they can have those same experiences in July or in August.
Well, that's true. But then again, the point is, as you were saying in your argument, is about the financial differences in going away in the high peak. I know as a teacher, I will never go away off season. So when I do have children, I won't have that option. That's fine.
Because of your job.
Yeah, I work. Obviously, whenever I'm off work is when children are off school. So that's done. But for some families, they cannot afford to go away. Maybe their job also restricts them at different times. And the things that children learn, and even just spending time with their families, real time together, is something that you do not learn in a classroom. And is so valuable to children growing up and their kind of holistic development as well.
Okay, if you had your way, would you, and particularly for later primary and for secondary school, would you make it tougher for parents to take their children out of school?
I would probably say that there's a case to say that maybe they could liaise with the teacher and say, look, is this a good option for my child? Every child is different, just like adults. We're all different. We all have different needs and stuff. So I'd say maybe in liaising with the teacher, and obviously if they're missing other days in the school year, that needs to be taken into account as well. Children missing school definitely affects them negatively.
Okay, and that's exactly the point that Mick has been making. Stay there for a second. Bill, you're on 98 FM. How are you, Bill?
How are you doing, lads? How's things?
Where are you going next week, Bill?
I'm going to south of France.
You're going to... Oh, lovely. Very nice. Yeah, lovely. I love the south of France.
Yeah, I got the caravan park and I got flights, 2 adults, 3 children for less than €700. The same holiday in July or August will cost me about €2,500. I have 1 school-going child. She's going to miss about 2 days because, like, with the bank holiday weekend, she's going to be off anyway. I don't see an issue with this at all. And there is a financial aspect.
So, sorry, you have
for me anyway.
you're taking 3 children off school?
The other school going, yeah, one's 4, starting school September, August, September, and the other fellow's only 2. But my 7-year-old is in school.
Oh, sorry, 7,
She's going to miss 3 days, I think, max. I don't see an issue with this at all. I mean, I came to the conversation late, so has Mick got kids?
Mick, you do have kids, don't you?
3, yeah.
And Mick said that he has never taken them out of school to go on a holiday.
So Mick's going on a holiday in July or August of this year?
I am. We're at the start of August, yeah.
Without being rude, mate, do you want me to ask you where you're going, or was it expensive, or...?
You going where?
Sorry, I'm going to Spain.
Going to Spain, okay.
You're going to Spain. And it must be expensive in August for 3 children and 2 adults, I'd say.
Good chunk, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And would you not, like, do around, say, June? I mean, if they're only in primary or you know, first class, I mean, with all due respect, your pal, what he misses is not going to be vital going forward. I would have thought so anyway. It's not like they're doing, like, their junior cert, or they're leaving, or college or anything like that. No,
I understand that, but at the end of the day, their schoolwork will suffer, and if the teacher has to play catch up with 2 different groups of sets of kids, and or even 3, like another parent might take them out.
Well,
I don't want my kids going through that.
I respect your decision, and to be honest with you, pal, I commend you for what you're doing, but on my end of it, like, I just couldn't afford to do it.
So why not save for an extra year and go next year?
Because it's a family holiday. We have her every year, mate. I mean, I work all year round.
But let's just say what you really want to say here, mate. It's you want to go.
I want my children. When my kids grow up, I want to always look back knowing that Mammy and Daddy brought them holidays every year, regardless whether they miss a few days of school or not. I can't afford to go in July or August. Like, you know, 3 kids. I'm sure you know yourself, are fairly bloody expensive, and like with big mortgage and everything else, it's the only thing we can go, and we've done it from day one.
Right, so let me pull you up on something that you just said. You said you like doing it every year, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
So what are you going to do when junior cert and leaving cert comes up?
That's not in the middle of June. And junior cert and leaving, and in junior cert, my child be, say, I'm guessing, 15. Leaving cert be 17. I don't think a 15 or a 17-year-old wants to go away with their mommy and daddy now, do you?
Well, it depends on where Mummy and Daddy's gone with them.
Oh, no, believe me, they won't, trust me.
Yeah, exactly.
I've 2 older girls as well who are in their 20s now, and they don't want to go away.
So anyway, but just answer me though, if you're going away during the leaving cert, the junior cert year, their studies are going to be affected. So will you still take them away, or will you allow that year to be them to consider, oh, Mummy and Daddy are Scrooges, they're not bringing us away this year? Okay, well, I haven't thought that far ahead. So in theory, I don't know when this junior cert or leaving cert is beyond. I think it's the start of June. I would hazard a guess I would go, you know, say the following week after the exams. And I kind of sort of pay for it 12 months prior, if you understand what I mean. But at the end of the day, mate, Nick, like, I work all year round, my wife works all year round. We all deserve a break, regardless whether, you know, it's in June, July or August. And as I said to you, if we had to go in July or August, we wouldn't go because we couldn't afford to go. Now, fair play, you so there you go. It all boils down to finances. So why not just skip a year?
I haven't said any different. It is down to finance. I totally agree.
So why not skip a year?
Say again?
So why not skip a year?
So why would I want to do that?
Save for an extra year and then go away in the...
But why would I want to do that? I don't have to. I don't have to do that.
So your kids' education doesn't suffer?
Sorry?
So the kids' education doesn't suffer and it doesn't become a burden on the teacher trying to teach other children.
No disrespect to me, she's 7 years of age. She's gone to miss 2-3 days max. I don't think it's a big deal.
My youngest is 7. My oldest is 14, so I'm the same.
But in fairness now, it's a bit different. Wherever class she's in, from someone in like senior infants or first class, mate, it's a bit different, to be fair. You're probably right. When my kids are that age, 13, 14, it might be a different going forward. But as it stands now, that's what I'm doing. It's the only way I can afford to do it.
Okay, and you make no apologies for trying to save a few bob.
Yeah, okay. They're my children. I'll do what I want.
All right, stay there for a second. Stay there for a second. Where was I going next? Oh, Rachel. Sorry, Rachel, you're on 98FM. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Adrian. How are you?
Rachel, what do you think of parents? Well, actually, more, what do you think of how strict they are in Germany about this?
I'm going to be honest, I actually think it's ridiculous, and I think Mick is a bit of a hypocrite, to be honest with you. Because I think there's more days given off to kids in school through the whole school year with teacher training days, which could be done on a weekend or in a weeknight, when kids are taking like maximum 5 days off for a holiday. 5 days. Do you know what I mean? And I've always seen parents, I can't take my kids away for medical reasons. They can't fly. Do you know what I mean? So my situation is different, but I think it's such an overreaction to taking a few days out of school when they're given so many days off during the year anyway.
But sorry, Rachel, that's but isn't that exactly the point though? Isn't that exactly the point? It's not like they don't get enough holidays.
Okay, but if you put all them teacher training days together, it's over. It's nearly the best part of, I'd say, a week and a half. Okay, so that's taking another week and a half off their education per se. So yes,
but sorry, the difference is, Rachel, that when there's a teacher training day, all of the children are off, not just.
Yes, so all of the kids suffer then. So all of the kids suffer. Do you know what I mean? Because the teacher training day takes away a full day's education from them. Like they can't say give out about 5 days max for a child. Do you know what I mean? And I do agree that parents that are working their arse off day in, day out, all year round, I do believe they have the right to take their kids on a break. And I think a lot of it has got to do with the money aspect. Not a lot of people.
Okay, but where do you draw the line, Rachel? Is it okay to take somebody on a holiday like 2 weeks before they start their leaving cert? They're your kids, do what you like with them.
Yeah, no, and I have to say I actually agree with that. I do think, and I do stand by, and I said it, like I will say, when it comes to exams and that, I do think they should be put around waiting until the exams are done and getting that part out of the way first.
All right, okay. So you think it's very unfair to talk about clamping down on this. One last call on this, and that's you, Sarah. You're on 98 FM. Hi, Sarah.
Hello, how are you?
Good, thanks, Sarah. What did you want to say on this?
Well, I took my daughter out of school in Belfast when she was in P6, which is like about 5th class. In P7 they do an AQE exam to get into the grammar schools. Right. And the teacher gave her 3 practice papers to do while she was there. And she did them. She got into her grammar school. She didn't suffer anything.
Okay.
We'd worked hard for the year. She'd worked extremely hard. She needed a break. So we took one.
Okay. Are the rules any stricter in the north than they would be down south?
Yeah, they definitely are. There was a lot of letters going back and forth, and
so they weren't happy. Do you need permission? You obviously do.
Yeah, you kind of do. All right. When we lived in Dublin, I did it a couple of times. They never asked me for a note or why she was out, but it didn't affect her schoolwork at all. It really didn't. She's got into her school that she wanted to get into. She's finishing first year now, so I don't see the problem in it. We got a good deal to Dubai. Now, I didn't realise at the time that it was Ramadan. That's why we got a good deal.
Ah, right.
But she was there for five nights we were there. She did 3 practice papers while she was there. She handed them in. She did very well in them. And she was grand. So, nobody can afford to take their kids away in the middle of the summer.
I know, but
3 or 4 kids.
Nobody can afford either to have their children's education affected. And I think that's the argument here, that the law needs to insist that parents don't take a chance with their children's education. Anyway, thank you very much indeed, Sarah. Thank you, Mick. Thank you, all of you, for your calls. This is 98 FM's Dublin Talks.
98 FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy. Weekdays from 10 a.m. on 98 FM.